I'm gonna talk about something really important if you want to succeed. Success is actually all about one thing, which is just being unhappy with where you are right now. See, if you're totally okay with your current situation, you're never gonna be motivated to make things better. And when I talk about success, I'm talking about everything from making more money to getting fit and having nice things. You've got to feel a bit upset with where you're at if you wanna climb higher. So think about this for a second, and you can either keep it to yourself or help spread the word by dropping a comment below. What are your goals? How much money do you want to make each month? Some might say I want to make $10,000 a month. But to me, that's not enough. I'd feel pretty bad if that was my goal. Honestly, I'd be so down if I was only making that much that it would keep me up at night. Your goals might be to get stronger or lift a certain amount of weight. If I was only lifting what some of you are aiming for, I'd be really disappointed in myself. If I suddenly found myself making no money or making just a little amount of money, I'd work super hard to change that fast. And I'd probably get there much quicker than you think, and not only because I know a bit more, but also because I'd just be really unhappy with my situation. Most people are too scared to even try, and the idea of making something like $1 million a month just seems too overwhelming for them. But it's all about not being okay with where you are. You have to really want to change your situation. You might be thinking that you're okay with how things are even if you're not where you want to be. But that's the problem. Our world today makes it too easy to be okay with not achieving much. Back then, like before, years ago, decades ago, if you weren't doing well, you felt it. There was no hiding behind screens or virtual achievements. You had to face reality and do something about it. So if you really want to achieve your goals, whether it be getting fit, attracting people, or making money, you need to be really unhappy with where you're at right now. You should want to change things so badly that it drives you to work harder. And I know this might be tough to hear, but it's true. If you're watching this and you're not where you want to be financially or in other areas of your life, it's time to take a hard look at yourself. If you don't have a good amount of savings, or if you're just going through life, you should be ashamed. That feeling can be the push you need to start making a change. Some people might say that we should be easier on ourselves, but I'm here to tell you that being dissatisfied with where you are is the first step to doing anything about it. It's about wanting more for yourself and being willing to work for it. There will come a time, maybe it's a bit early to talk about this because it could take years, like maybe 5, 10, or even 15 years. But eventually you'll start doing things not because you're unhappy with where you are, but because you love doing them. That's honestly a conversation for the future you when you're more successful. For now, actually, just forget about all that deep thinking. What you really need is to be pretty unhappy with your life. You need to dislike it so much that it pushes you to really go for it in everything that you need to do. If you're okay with how things are, you're not gonna push as hard as someone who's not okay with their life. Success, money, getting attention from people, it's all a competition. It's like a quest in a video game. If another person works harder, they'll get the prize instead of you. So I'm asking you, what makes you happy? What kind of shape do you want to be in? You need to be real with yourself. For most of your life, what kind of success would have made you happy? Maybe having a girlfriend who isn't perfect but is trying to get better because you're helping her. Or maybe getting in better shape, adding a bit of muscle, making a bit of money, or not making any but getting some help from your family. That's where a lot of people are, and that's why they don't improve. Think about the people you admire. Do you realize how unhappy they are with where they are? They could be making thousands or even hundreds of thousands a month and still not feel like it's enough. That's the mindset that I've created for myself. No matter how much money I make, I still want more. It sounds crazy, right? But that's the game. Wanting more keeps the game interesting. Don't get me wrong, I've been happy with my money and my physique before. I used to make $10,000 a month and felt like more money wouldn't change my life. I've been happy with my physical shape, thinking more muscle wouldn't make a difference. That sounds nice and all, but you know what happened? I got too comfortable. I stopped working and training as hard. I started to feel empty and without direction. That's when you end up just wasting time watching one YouTube video after another. Right now, you might be in that spot, clicking on this video not because it's special, but because you're looking for something. Your desire isn't strong enough. We're told wanting more money and attention from others is bad, but it's natural. When you don't let yourself want these things, you're not gonna chase them. If you lived a normal life, working a part-time job, making a bit of money, or going to school, people would think you're strange for wanting more. They would think you're weird for getting up early to work on your goals. But the successful people, the ones you want to be like, they're not gonna think you're strange. They will only respect you more. So, do you want the approval of people who aren't where you want to be? Or do you want to aim higher and earn the respect of those you admire? I've got a challenge for you that I want you to think about after watching this video. Start being more unhappy with where you are in life on purpose. And it's okay if you don't want to show this feeling to others, but at least admit to yourself yourself when you're really upset about how things are going. If you're okay with missing out and you just shrug it off, do you think you'll be motivated to work harder? Probably not. But if you're mad about it, you'll lie awake at night figuring out how to make money. This applies to everything. Like if you ever lost out on someone that you liked to someone else who had more going for them. It's about being unhappy with where you're at because that's what drives improvement. There was a time when I wasn't happy with the people that I was meeting. I knew others were meeting more people that were more interesting than the ones that I was with, and it bothered me. Most would think that I was doing well, but I wasn't satisfied, so I pushed for more. You won't move up if you're comfortable where you are. Don't let yourself settle. Remember, it's normal for men to have negative emotions and to be dissatisfied. The modern world tries to keep us happy all the time, but that's not how it works. Feeling down or wanting more is what pushes you to grow and succeed. Even after you start using dissatisfaction to push yourself, it's still important to look after your mental health. Practice meditation, write down things you're thankful for, and keep doing things that make you happy. But don't let satisfaction make you complacent. Otherwise, you'll end up living a mediocre life just like most people, settling for less than what they could have achieved. Being unhappy with certain aspects of your life and wanting to improve them is how you avoid living a life that's full of quiet desperation. Aim higher, don't settle, and push yourself to where you want to be. A lot of people might say that they want a simple life, but deep down, striving for more is what makes life exciting and fulfilling. If you've made it this far into the video, I want you to start feeling more unhappy with where you are right now. Next time you see a pimple on your face, get mad. If you have acne, it's a sign that you're doing something wrong, like maybe your diet isn't great. Get mad about it. And don't be okay with your body how it is now. We hear a lot about not body shaming, but a little push can actually be good for you. I wish I could be there to encourage you personally because it might actually help you go to the gym. This might sound harsh, but men often get motivated by a bit of tough love. Women might need more positive vibes, but men, we sometimes need to be challenged or even called out to really push ourselves. That's gonna be my approach in my videos. I might come across as tough because it's what gets men moving. And I know that this tough approach is what some of you need to really start making changes. If I was just another YouTuber telling you everything's fine, to take it easy, you wouldn't be here. You're here because you know you want more from life. I've been trying to get you to see that you should want more too. Better fitness, more money, better relationships. That's why you've been working as hard as you have. Your friends that are just going through life satisfied with how things are, they're not nearly making the progress that you are. They're comfortable, but are they really moving forward? Not like you are. One of the biggest mistakes I've made was getting too comfortable, thinking I had enough and slowing down. Once I started making good money, I questioned the point of striving for more, but that mindset actually set me way back. It took away that drive, that interest for life that keeps you feeling alive. So don't fall into that trap of complacency that others might encourage. We've been there and it doesn't lead anywhere good. Staying dissatisfied is key. If you're the kind of person who can't just sit around without feeling like you should be doing something more, that's good. Keep that feeling. It's what will drive you to achieve even more success. The month that I first made $10,000, I grabbed my phone and texted my parents that they don't need to work anymore. Their full-time jobs weren't easy for them. I texted them saying that I made a lot of money and they wouldn't have to work their jobs again. And I know that the moment they got my messages, they immediately quit their job. It shows me how your parents have just been waiting their whole lives to leave their tough job behind that they've been doing to support you. My parents never complained and yours probably wouldn't either, but they are hoping for a change. Your parents might be working hard in jobs that they don't love, just dreaming that one day you'll be successful enough to give them a break. They might not say it, but they feel it. Every day they're hoping for something better. That moment with my parents made me realize the drive to provide for the ones you love. I worked hard to get to a point where I could help my parents leave their jobs behind. It made me see the value in striving to provide a better life for your family. If you want to be able to do something like retiring your parents, know this: it's not gonna be a pretty journey. Entrepreneurship is tough and it's filled with sacrifices. For example, I've ended many friendships and relationships and even moved countries just to focus on my businesses. Entrepreneurship demands so much from you, often requiring you to give up on personal connections and comfort. This path is not about watching motivational videos and feeling good. It's about real, sometimes painful sacrifice. I've had to give up relationships and move away from loved ones just to focus on my goals. Being an entrepreneur often means facing tough choices, and often choosing your vision over immediate comfort or happiness. This is also known as delayed gratification. I'm gonna share my daily routine and the sacrifices that I made to build my business. But remember, this journey isn't for everyone. It takes a lot to keep pushing forward, evolving, and not settling for an ordinary life. If you're here for the truth without any sugarcoating, then you're in the right place. I believe in being honest about the struggles and the wins. If you're inspired by real stories and are ready to hear what it really takes, then let's get into it. Just know, becoming successful, especially enough to support your loved ones, it's a path filled with hard choices and relentless dedication. This is the routine that took my businesses from making nothing to over 6 figures. I used to wake up at 4 in the morning every day. No joke. If you're in my online community, you've probably seen me online at that time getting stuff done. So at 4 in the morning, I just roll out of bed and get to my computer and start working right away. I wouldn't even drink water first because I just wanted to dive straight into work. I would spend the first half an hour to an hour doing deep work like scripting my videos or replying to people on my community. I follow the principle where you do the hardest tasks first thing in the morning. It's like if you had to do something that you really didn't want to do but you had to do. It's better to do it before your day starts so the rest of the day feels easier. By 8 a.m. after a solid block of work, I take a break and have a cold shower, brush my teeth, then have a big protein-packed meal, and this diet keeps my brain sharp and focused, unlike carb-heavy diets that can make you feel sluggish. After breakfast, I do some lighter work like replying to messages or planning out the rest of my day. Then at 10 in the morning, I'd do a quick intense workout at the gym, and by 12 or 1 p.m. I'd notice my focus starting to fade away, so I just switched to reading. I found that reading books on success and entrepreneurship helped shape my mindset more than anything else. I highly recommend reading over watching videos if you're serious about success and growth. In the afternoon, I'd have calls or meetings related to my business. This is when the work that I do becomes more about connecting with others and also planning out bigger projects and exploring more opportunities. By 7 p.m., I'd start winding down for the day. Planning tomorrow today was a crucial part of my routine. This meant setting up my schedule for the next day. This way, I could hit the ground running without wasting any time deciding on what I want to do. I'd probably be in bed by 9 p.m. ready to do it all over again the next day. This strict schedule and dedication to doing all the hard work up front have been key to my success. If you've watched this far, consider yourself a part of my group. I'm not just some YouTuber. I'm building a community of young men focused on self-improvement as well as success and living a high-value lifestyle. So if you are serious about making money and self-improvement, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is the platform that I created that has over 12 courses on making money, a course on fitness and diet, and it only costs $25 to get all access. So make sure you check out the link in the description to join the Inner Circle. And if you enjoyed this video, keep going and watch the next one that should have popped up somewhere on your screen.